When starting a match of League of Legends, you will find yourself in Champion Select. In each match of League of Legends, there are 2 teams, each with 5 players. Each player picks a different champion, and each champion has its own set of skills. As you can see, there are many different champions to choose from.
I'm on the case.
Once locked in, you have chosen that champion, and the game will start soon. Even in Champion Select, we already see the strategy and tactics put to use. Different champions go well with others, and teams try to create a strategy based on the champions they are picking. This is the map that the game is played on, and the overall objective of League of Legends is to destroy the enemy nexus, located here. Each team has its own base and shop, and at the shop you can buy items that help the stats of your champion, which help you win the match. Each player has an assigned role and lane. The different roles are support, AD carry, AP carry, jungler, and top lane. In one game of League, one champion goes top, located here, AP carry goes mid, located here, and support and AD carry go bottom lane, located here, and the jungler clears monster camps like this one.
Mistakes.
Am I gonna get
Got them in my sights.
One more important concept is the fog of war and bushes. The fog of war are areas on the map that neither team can see. These areas are shaded darker on the map. Bushes are scattered throughout the map, and players can walk in them to stay concealed. But notice as soon as I walk through the fog of war, I can see a small area around me, and as I walk into the bush, you can see that I was concealing an enemy. Now that you have a basic understanding of the game, we're going to present clips of League of Legends play and team fights that demonstrate different principles and tactics of warfare. Here we have a demonstration of the principle of surprise. Here we can see the whole red team hiding in the bush on the right, and one blue team player hiding in the bush on the left. As the clip starts, you can see that the blue player is going to go check the bush where the red team is hiding, giving the red team an easy first blood kill. In this clip, we have an example of a gank, which is a league term equivalent to an envelopment offensive maneuver. Circled in red is the shaping operation, and circled in blue is the decisive operation. Ganking is when the jungler uses bushes and the fog of war to hide himself from the enemy team, and at the right time, the jungler goes into the lane and tries to help his teammate get a kill. This is an effective way to get kills to gain the lead. Of course, there are ways to counter ganks. You can counter them by warding. Warding utilizes the security principle of war. Warding is when you place wards in bushes and the fog of war to make a small area visible. By placing these wards strategically, you can protect yourself from ganks. Now this is the last clip before we get into the team fights. This clip is of a pro League of Legends match. On every pro team, there are usually 1 or 2 players that make all the game time decisions. These players are called shot callers. The use of a shot caller is a perfect example of unity of command.
Airstrikes and Twitch! Airstrikes and Twitch! Airstrikes and Twitch! Yes!
I'm staying down. I catch down. I've got down here. Can you come to?
Yes, I'm on my way! On my way! Coming with a shield! Coming with a shield! Keep going! Keep going! Nice!
As you can see, pro league matches can get very intense, and that brings us to the team fights. Team fights are fights between both teams that include all 5 players on each team. They can be very hectic, and team fighting can win or lose you the game. Already we see tactics in the basics of team fighting. Usually teams will use the objective principle and maneuver. Teams use these by focusing the AD and AP carries, because usually those 2 roles will do the most damage. And that's only the surface of the tactics used.
At the beginning of this clip, we can see the red team's champions engaging in a frontal attack, chasing down the blue team's champions. If we pause the video here, we can see that another member of the blue team is teleporting in to assist his allies. With this new reinforcement, the blue team turns around and takes the offensive. Now outmatched by the superior blue team's numbers, we can see the red team executing a retrograde, trying desperately to escape. This retrograde is ineffective, as we see later on in the clip. The blue team chases them down and is able to secure 3 more kills and winning the fight. This fight demonstrates how the important principle of war, mass, really comes into play in League of Legends team fighting. With just 1 extra champion, the blue team was easily able to dominate the fight and went on to win the game.
This next team fight is mostly one-sided. It's a classic example of infiltration. The champion on the blue team coming in from the left is invisible and can stay invisible for a few seconds. This tactic is one of my favorites, the submarine. The invisible champion is named Twitch, and his teammate right above him is Orianna. Orianna can put her ball onto Twitch and use her ultimate. An ultimate is a skill every champion has, and each champion has a different ultimate. Orianna's ultimate does tons of damage and also pulls in every enemy champion caught in the circle. So by using Twitch's invis, he can sneak into the enemy, giving Orianna the perfect ult. After the Orianna ult is executed, they are damaged enough for Twitch to get an easy cleanup, giving him the quadra kill. This last team fight has one great tactic. The red team uses maneuver to get the upper hand in this team fight. As you can see, the red team groups up to the left of the small channel, forcing the blue team to have to move through the channel to get to them. Once the blue team groups in the small passage, red team unleashes their ultimates. Because the blue team is so tightly knit, it makes it easier for red team to land their ultimates. First comes an Orianna ult, followed by a Rumble ult, which are the red spikes raining down, dealing damage as long as the blue team stands on top of where the spikes landed. Now let's watch as this combo deals tons of damage. Before this team fight even happened, blue team had a very substantial lead, but due to strategies made by the red team, they were able to win the team fight. As you can see, after the combo was an easy cleanup for the red team, and that is how strategies and tactics are used in League of Legends.